Hello and welcome to another video from me, Rough Swordsman, Wargamer. It's an open the bag this time, and we're unbagging something I picked up from PunchCon over here in the UK, and it is Doodlebugs, the first week of Operation Eisbar, June the 13th to the 20th, 1944. Game designed by Steve Dixon and published by Legion Wargames. On the other side, I think we just got some adverts. Yep. Some more published by Legion Wargames. I think most, if not all, designed by Steve Dixon. Right. Let's open the bag. One of the reasons I got this is a story my mother told me when she was a kid in London, and she saw one of these fly over, and she said the noise was scary. But what was more frightening is when it went silent, and a few seconds later, she heard the explosion. And another reason is I quite like these dice chucking tables games from Steve Dixon. So this folio game, the front part is, I think, just the cover. And then we have, oh dear, we have errata and clarifications, but it doesn't look too bad. We've got a couple of errata here and then clarifications, so it doesn't look too bad. Then we've got the rules. Let's have a look at those. So these come in at just 7 pages, 8 with the back cover. Full colour, glossy paper. So what have we got here? I don't think it's too complex, this game. I can open it. There we are. So, introduction and the components. We've got the rule book, one sheet of counters, and an 11 by 25.5 inch map. We'll need a 6-sided die. Well, that's not a problem, as well as 4 opaque counters to hold the 4 sets of chits. And here are the chits. A bit about the map, game setup, and the sequence of play. So check for reinforcements, number of V1s that will launch, and how many fail. Place any available fighters, and then it's the moving of the V1s, the Doodlebugs, and it says repeat those steps for each Abteilung, then determine which sectors they hit, attempt to put out fires, then move them so that each sector of London has at least one firefighter counter. And that's the end of the turn. And we repeat that until the end of, I assume that's the 20th of the 6th day turn. Determining the number of V1s launched, placing the fighters, engaging them in water and zones, anti-aircraft and the coast squares, land squares, striking London, fighting the fires, how that works. V1s that are shot down before reaching London, all of them, I hope. Determining the winner, and there's a little table for that. Special rules for the first turn. Only 6 are launched on the first night. And then some optional rules, designer notes, sources, and the credits. As I said earlier, game design and development, Steve Dixon, game art and layout, Mark Mahaffey, production and cover, Randy Lyon, and the Vassal module and playtesting, Greg Amos. And we've got some additional players here. And on the back, I think it's just that advert I showed you earlier on. Next up, a single sheet of single-sided counters, usual Legion Wargame counters on thin white stock. I assume these are for how many are launched. Fire markers, not sure what these are. These are probably Doodlebugs lost and Doodlebugs failed. Here's the RAF. These look like they might be directions the V1s are going. Here's the firefighters, out of control fires, aircraft lost. Well, these are bad fires ×2, but these are optional fire markers and the turn marker. Last thing is the map. So let's have a look at that. So here's the map. It's on cardstock, but it lays pretty flat. Out of control fire track up here, sequence of play, gunnery table, the firefighting table over there, destroyed fighters, that's not good, and the time track. Then on this side we've got the fighter gunnery table and a little table that tells you the number of day fighters available and numbers that can be placed in the water zone before anti-aircraft fire. And this looks like flak and barrage balloons doing their stuff, and the V1 holding box right down the bottom. There we are. Not a lot of content, so it's going to be very easy to get going, I should think. We hope to have this on the channel very soon. So this has been a quick open the bag, an unbagging of one of Legion Wargames' newer titles, Doodlebug, designed by Steve Dixon. Well, I hope you enjoyed that and you found it interesting. If you did and you haven't done so already, why not have a think about pushing that subscribe button? It really does help. Also, pushing the like button, the thumbs up, helps to tickle the algorithm. Leave a comment. As I said just now, I'm hoping to get this on the channel pretty soon as a solitaire game. Oh, what do you think? Let me know, because I love to read them. Thanks as always to my subscribers. Thank you for sticking with me. And if you want to support the channel a little bit further, you can by buying us a coffee, because every little helps. There we go. That was short and sweet, but I hope you can join me for the next video. So until then, you take care and goodbye.